Dear students, in this lecture, we'll answer our second question, that why average k should be equal to log n for emergence of the connected regime. Now to answer this question, we will again start from the probability u, and this we call as probability that a particular node is not the part of GC. Now for somebody to be not the part of GC, we can say that this U is equal to 1 minus P plus P times U raised to power n minus 1, as we derived in previous video. And since we are almost nearing the connected regime, and in that case we can of course assume that P times U would be a small number, because probability of not finding a node in largest connected cluster near connected regime would almost be equal to 0, multiplied by a would be smaller, multiplied by another small number, because P does not matter how big it is always going to be less than or equal to 1. So we can say that that number multiplied by another smaller number, which is almost tending to 0, can be approximated as 0, and hence we can say that U as 1 minus P raised to power n. As I said, that n is much larger than 1, because this network is fairly large network with a few thousand nodes. We can always approximate this U as 1 minus P to the power n. Now this is the possibility or the probability that a node is not connected to GC. Similarly, we can always work out that probability that node is connected to GC, which is equal to S, is equal to 1 minus P to the power n. However, here we will go from the other side. We want to identify the expected number of nodes which are not the part of GC, and hence, since there are only two outcomes possible, either node is part of a GC or node is not part of the GC, again we can characterize it as a binomial distribution, and hence expected number of nodes that are not the part of GC can be given by total number of nodes under consideration and probability of node being not part of GC, which we just derived as 1 minus P raised to power n. We can, in the context of random networks, we can write this P as average k upon n minus 1, and since n is fairly larger than 1, we can write this as average k upon n to the power n. Again, you have to be mindful of the assumptions that we are making. We are making these assumptions because we know that we are nearing to the connected regime, and hence whatever we are saying would make sense in real world. However, if we are in a fragmented regime, these assumptions that we are going to make would not make any sense, and hence we have to be careful, cautious that whether these assumptions would hold true in that particular regime that is under consideration or not. So now let us say that we want to calculate the average k for which this u is equal to 0, and you can clearly see that since n cannot be equal to 0, this particular term has to be equal to 0, which means that p has to be equal to 1, which is a trivial solution, that if everybody is able to connect to everyone, we are going to have a fully connected network. Now to come up with a non-trivial solution, let us say that only one node on an average is not the part of GC. So let us try to work out the value of average k if one node is not part of the GC, because that would mean that just after we cross this node or make this one node part of the GC, everything is now fully connected, and hence we are into a fully connected regime. So we will work out this particular derivation assuming that we are finding average k for average u equal to 1. So we can say that 1 equal to n into 1 minus average k upon n raised to power n, and again we will simplify this. We will say that this is, let us say this is y, and y can be written as 1 minus k upon n to the power n, taking log on both sides. We can write that log of y is equal to n times log of 1 minus k upon n. Since this number is lesser than 1 in any case, we can again expand log of 1 plus x and just retain the x term, other terms vanish as we did in previous video. So we can say that log of n can be approximated as n times minus k upon n, and these cancel out, and hence we can say that y is equal to e to the power minus k. So we have simplified this expression into y equal to e to the power minus k, and when we plug this back in, let us see that what we get. We can again write this as 1 upon n equal to e to the power minus k, and if we take log on both sides, we will get minus k equal to negative log n, because this would be log of 1 minus log of n, and hence we can say that average k should be nearing to log of n. That means when average k is closer to log n, we would expect a giant cluster to emerge as a fully connected regime, and this answers both of our question that we raised. And now going back to this particular figure from where we started, we identified that this critical point is important, and we say that this happens when k equal to 1. Second regime that we are specifically interested in is fully connected regime, and when we say that average k is almost equal to log of n, and between this critical point and fully connected regime we see the supercritical regime, and before average k equal to 1 we see that there are numerous isolated components, and as we keep on increasing k, we see that this GC begins to emerge with still some nodes fragmented, and we call this as a transition point, and after that we go from transition to supercritical and finally to fully connected regime, which completes our discussion on evolution of random networks.